What's up guys, Alan here, back today with a different kind of video actually. Rather than doing a gameplay video, we're actually going to be talking about the new Xbox One Fall Creators Update, which recently rolled out to all Xbox One owners. This update prepares the console for the launch of the Xbox One X next week, but it also introduces a lot of other nifty little features as well. So let's take a look. So here we have the new Xbox One home screen. Now things have been moved around, things look a little bit different, but overall it's quite a nice design. The new home screen uses Microsoft's Fluent design system that we've seen on Windows 10 PC, and while some ads are a little bit more prominent on the UI, as you can see the whole thing feels very clean and organized. Now you're going to notice some little differences here. We have suggested content directly on the home screen, such as what your friends are playing, so you can see some of mine are playing Forza Horizon 3. You can also see some of my friends are playing Assassin's Creed Origins, and if I want to see everyone who's playing that game, I just tap the A button and it will tell me which my friends are playing Assassin's Creed Origins. So there you can see all my friends who are playing Assassin's Creed Origins. Pretty nifty if I do say so. It'll also tell me what other games. So here's everyone who's playing Fortnite, here's everyone who's on Forza Motorsport 7, here's everyone who's on F1, Forza Horizon 3, FIFA 18, and so on. As well as that, we also have the new acrylic text across the OS. So as you can see here, very different look to the whole text across the user interface. We also have glow on the edges of highlighted items. So as you can see on the Forza 7 tile, we have a blue outline around it. But the biggest difference with home is this, the personalization. We can now pin something called content blocks directly to our home screen. And content blocks can be fully customized by the user. So I have content blocks for the newest games with gold that are available, my pins, friends, and games. So I mainly play Forza, so obviously I have the two Forza games pinned, Horizon 3 and Motorsport 7. There's also a welcome section at the bottom which tells you what's new with Xbox One and kind of gives you a little walkthrough with the content blocks as well. It'll also advise you to add more, so you can see it's reminding me to add Halo 3 here, which is a backwards compatible game on Xbox One. If I press A on that, it will now add a content block for Halo 3 and it pins it right to the top of the home screen. Now let's say I like Halo 3 but I don't play it that often. I still want it on my home screen but just not at the very top. I want Forza there. Press Y to edit and then I can drop the content block all the way down to the very bottom and save it right there. Awesome. So how else do you pin content blocks? Well, if we go into my games and apps, you can see all the list of titles you own. So let's say F1 2017. I want to keep up to date with what Codemasters is doing in its latest game. I go here, I click add to home, and F1 2017 will be available directly from my home screen as a content block. Pretty awesome indeed. Now, you can only do this for games and friends. You can't do it yet for apps, but clubs will be added in the future for this, which is awesome. Now, as you can see here, content blocks recommend me various things such as clips, channels, and even more. So if I click here, it takes me to the game hub for F1 2017, where I can see a bunch of different things about the game. I can see all kinds of captures, I can see achievements, I can see broadcasts, I can see clubs, I can see Codemasters activity feed for the game. There's tons of stuff here. I can also see my progress, such as my achievements, multiplayer, so I can find looking for group sessions if I want to do some online races and leagues. The social aspect talks about my friends who play the game and the clubs that are available for it. And then under the watch tab, you'll find all the mixer captures and live streams available to watch in F1 2017. Pretty nifty. And this is available for all games. I can also click show in my feed here, so F1's posts will now show in my activity feed on the home screen. Pretty nice. Now, as I said already, you can also pin friends to home. So if I click on a friend here, I can click add to home, and they will appear now on my home screen. So if I go back to home, you will see that EVR Wolves, who was the person I just pinned, is now on my home screen. It tells me he just added someone on Xbox Live. It also gives me a little gamer score leaderboard showing that he has earned actually quite a bit of gamer score, quite a bit more gamer score than me this month, like more than what I have. So yeah, pretty much twice what the gamer score I have. So that's pretty impressive. Now, it also shows me what he's doing, which is great, but you may be wondering, well, what's the point in having someone like that on your dashboard? Well, it means you get easy access to send them a message or invite them to a party or see if they're online. Like, you might have a friend who always appears at the bottom of your friends list, and maybe you've added them to favorites to try and make it a bit easier, but if you want to make it simple, you could just pin them to the dashboard. I turn on my Xbox and I'm wondering, is my friend online? I go down one tab, it tells me what he's doing, and I can easily invite him to a party or send him to a message, which is pretty cool. So, as well as games and friends, you can also pin Xbox Game Pass to the home screen as well, and there's also pins. So, you can now have up to 40 pins on Xbox Live, and not only do pins appear on the home screen, they also appear in the Xbox Guide, the newly revamped Xbox Guide, which is pretty awesome. Now, we have the Mixer tab. This has been slightly changed. We have preview broadcasts directly on the home screen, which is pretty cool. As well as that, Mixer now supports 1080p live streaming direct from the console. USB webcam support, so you can use USB webcams or Kinect for facecam and live streams. And USB webcams also now work with Skype on Xbox Live, which is pretty awesome. We also have Community. The Community tab has been updated and reorganized. It now has this much wider view. You can see all the content you follow here, from friends to clips to games, achievements, and more. There's a lot of content that appears here, like a lot of stuff. You can also press Y to refresh the feed. And you've got buttons to instantly share content, so I can go here through my screenshots or achievements, and I can easily share something, so I can just post that to my feed, and it's posted straight away. So you see very quick access to post something to your activity feed. You can also see what's trending on Xbox and browse popular content with this button here. So again, clips, screenshots, achievements, all different kinds of activity posts, they all appear here on Xbox Live, which is pretty cool. You also have instant access to clubs, and you can filter the feed to only show, let's say, I don't want to see clubs, and I don't want to see games, but I just want to see what's popular and what my friends are posting. I can filter to show that. I also have instant access to my game clips that are on Xbox Live, on this Xbox, or on an external hard drive as well, so that's all pretty awesome. We of course have clubs, and clubs were added in the last big fall update for Xbox One. They haven't received a huge amount of changes since then, but you can see you can easily join and share items in clubs here, so that's pretty cool. Okay, the store has also been slightly reworked. We have easier access to content you enjoy from the Xbox Store. Now, not a huge amount has changed. The biggest difference being the store has been rebranded from the Windows Store or the Xbox Store to the Microsoft Store to keep it in line with updates that have been made on the PC side of things. So that is pretty awesome indeed. Okay, so now we have the new Xbox Guide, and well, first and foremost, it has definitely changed. We now have horizontal scrolling instead of the previous vertical scrolling of the other one. Now, this has been done to make it faster overall. So while everything might be an extra button click away, it's actually much quicker. It means your Xbox doesn't have to load in as much when you press in the Xbox Guide. So not only is it faster, but you can also use your bumpers to switch between the different blades in the Xbox Guide, which is pretty awesome. If I go to my friends here and click on a friend, they will actually show up in a little flyout, where you can access extra details about them. You can easily pin them to your home screen, all the stuff you're normally used to. One thing to note is invite notifications have now been moved. If you receive an invite to a game or a party, they'll now be under the multiplayer tab and they will appear here. Overall, there's a faster interface across the dashboard, it's much quicker, and it's a great improvement all around. The other thing as well that we should take a look at is the revamped social pages. They've changed how social pages now look. So if I click on DJ Custom's profile here, for example, I click show full profile, it'll take me to the revamped social pages. So here I can see his followers, his friends, I can easily send him messages and invite him to parties. I can also see his recent activity, his pinned items, his bio, all that kind of stuff. His social things are here, so everything he's posted can be found here, which is great, no matter what the game is, whether it's Forza, whether it's The Crew, it's all here. Under the gaming tab, I can compare my achievements with them, and you'll also notice how avatars are a lot more prominent on the dashboard now as well. Whether it's from profiles to the home screen, avatars now show up a lot more as well, which is awesome to see. Under the Watch tab, I can find his captures and his live streams and his screenshots. So that's all pretty cool as well. It's not just friends, however, but clubs have also been revamped. So if I go, let's say, to the Xbox Club, for example, and I click to see the full club profile, it it'll take me to a revamped design for this club, including the games it likes to play, some tags about the club, and all other awesome stuff. So I can find its feed. There's all kinds of awesome items here that folks can easily share. You got the revamped feed directly inside clubs. You have the built-in group chats, and all that awesome stuff is all here under the revamped clubs interface, which is pretty cool. We also, the game hubs have also been revamped, which we showed you earlier. Now, another thing that's changed is My Games and Apps. My Games and Apps is no longer a separate app. It's now integrated into the operating system, and it's also received a redesign of its own, which is pretty cool. Next thing I want to talk about is Game DVR. Game DVR has been upgraded on Xbox One. It now supports up to 1080p capture on Xbox One and Xbox One S, and on Xbox One X you'll be able to capture in 4K resolution with high dynamic range enabled, which is awesome. Support for external hard drives has also been enabled as well, and if you capture to an external hard drive you can plug it into your PC for further editing. Just note that an external hard drive that you use to store games on your Xbox One can't be used for captures. They must be separate hard drives. So yeah, updated Game DVR is pretty awesome. You can also change your record at duration, and you can also edit your mixer live stream settings here as well. So we're in Forza Motorsport 7, and if we go to capture options, we can record up to 1 hour of gameplay now with the new Game DVR, which is awesome. We can also capture a screenshot or capture up to 2 minutes of what's happened previously, and we can also manage our captures from here as well. Microsoft has also prepared the Xbox One for the launch of Xbox One X. If you've pre-ordered the new system and you're eagerly awaiting its release next week, you'll be happy to know you can now pre-download 4K game content on your console. By ticking this box, you can download 4K content for the games supported, like Gears of War 4 and Forza Motorsport 7. Once you download the 4K content, obviously those assets won't run on Xbox One or Xbox One S, but if you have the games installed to a hard drive or you do a network transfer, that 4K content will be ready so you can dive into these games in their top quality once Xbox One X releases. You can also back up your settings to an external hard drive, so you have all your settings when you switch consoles, and there's also network transfer, which will allow you to transfer content from one Xbox to another using your local network. Awesome. As well as that, if we go back to My Games and Apps, you'll also find you're now able to filter the selection of games by Xbox One X enhanced titles. So as you see, currently the only game I have 4K assets for is Gears of War 4, but more will be added in the near future. Microsoft has also added a white background theme for Xbox One. So if I go here and change it to light, you'll see we now have the light theme, and we can also enable or disable smooth transitions. So as you can see, the dashboard now looks very white and bright when you do enable this, but it's pretty cool and it's different to what we're normally used to. It's got a really nice touch to it, so if you like that, it's now available on Xbox One. As you can see, if we dive back into Forza Motorsport 7, the guide is now also white, so that's pretty cool. It's quite different if you're into that. As you can see, the white background also makes a big impact on My Games and Apps. Everything looks very white here indeed. So if we go back to settings and go to storage, you'll actually notice we can now, there's a new way of managing storage. So for example, I can set a hard drive as my capture location, but I can also transfer content much easier. Let's say I'm about to upgrade to Xbox One X, and I want to save a bunch of my games on my internal hard drive and put them to an external hard drive. So I could take games like Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Dirt 4, F1, I'll take Forza, and I'll also take Grand Theft Auto 5. I can easily copy those or move them to an external hard drive if I wish, and I can easily add more games to that as well. Apps are also supported for this, which is pretty awesome. You can also move your disk installs using this feature as well, which is awesome. One of the biggest fan-awaited features, however, is the inclusion of Xbox Backwards Compatibility with this update. For the first time ever, you can revisit original Xbox games on your Xbox One, which is awesome. These games will run in 1080p resolution on Xbox One and Xbox One S, and in 4K on Xbox One X. The titles available now include Crimson Skies, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Psychonauts, and Ninja Gaiden Black. As I said, the emulator actually upgrades games to newer native resolutions, it offers faster loading times, as well as improved performance. This boot up screen is also back, which is awesome to see. So overall, very cool to see Xbox games now on Xbox One backwards compatibility. One quick note about Xbox Backwards Compatibility games is the fact that the save profiles are now saved directly to the Xbox Live Cloud. This means if you upgrade to Xbox One X or to another Xbox One console, you will have all your save profiles there in the cloud, as seen with all other Xbox One games as well as Xbox 360 back-compat titles. This is great news for fans who are going to be upgrading soon to Xbox One X, as all their save profiles are simply available for them in the cloud. Not only that, but Xbox original titles also support all of the system-level features of Xbox One. That includes mixer live streaming, game DVR, the Xbox Guide, and much more. You'll also issue voice commands using Kinect while playing original Xbox games. Essentially, all the system-level features of Xbox One is here, which is awesome. Games normally run at 4:3 aspect ratio, but if a game does support 16:9, it will run in that resolution, which is great. As you know, the render quality has been up to either 1080p or 4K, depending on the Xbox One you're playing on. And the biggest thing about original Xbox Backwards Compatibility is if you don't have some of the games available, you can purchase them on the Xbox Store. Most of them are either $10 or $15, and if you have the original Xbox disc lying around somewhere, simply pop it into your Xbox One console and the game will begin to install at no cost to you, which is great news, and you'll benefit from all the Xbox One upgrades as well. Nice. Xbox One now offers new idle options for when you're away from your console. These are great for 4K TV owners who might be worried about burn-in problems or anything like that. It's also great for dimming the screen and reducing power. So if you want to dim the screen after a certain length of time, you can set that here. You can also enable it or disable it as well. And what will actually happen is it'll actually show notifications on the side of your screen. It'll take up the entire right-hand side of the screen and show you different kinds of notifications, whether it's friends online, party invites, or game reminders. It all shows up there, which is pretty great to see and quite handy if you're near hand your Xbox but you're just not using it at the time. Last but certainly not least, Microsoft has also introduced a new Xbox Assist app. This is a big improvement over the default help app that was normally on Xbox One, and allows you to get tips, fix problems, or find help to problems you may be having. So for example, if I click on tips here, it'll actually tell you how to set up different things, such as manage controller vibrations, how to sign in with your controller. You'll also find various how-to videos, various different tips and tricks in games and achievements. It also has mixer tutorials, guides that have been made by the community, and more ways that you can optimize your Xbox One console, which is pretty great. If you're having problems, you can figure out, for example, how to manage your account, explore troubleshooters, see items that you've bought, and you can actually also find the Xbox Live core services here. So if something like buying games or online multiplayer is down, it will say it in the Xbox Assist app. This is a great addition, as previously you'd have to go to a web browser to find out this content, so that's awesome. You can also find help here as well with various things about Xbox and social and gaming, and you can also find some tips for getting ready for Xbox One X, such as how to download 4K game content, backup settings, and much more. Overall, the Xbox Fall Creator Update is very nice, and it's a big step up over the last release with new customization features and a greatly enhanced game DVR integration, but it can be very hit and miss at times with some slowdown, inconsistent design and interfaces, and game DVR glitches where sometimes longer game clips won't actually save properly, thus causing you to lose footage. This update also continues to put the spotlight on controller input over Kinect, and it also emphasizes games over entertainment, as seen in the 2013 vision led by former head of Xbox Don Mattrick. In the future, Microsoft plans to add even more features like updated avatars, which are more realistic and human-like, Xbox Live game gifting, keyboard and mouse support, and more. This fall release is an excellent update and prepares us for the launch of Xbox One, which is now less than 7 days away. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if you like the new Xbox One dashboard and what you'd like to see added to it in the future to make it even better. That's it for me for now, but I'll have more on Xbox One X in the near future. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!